Hello. Live long and prosper. I'm looking at you. Or me? Or the camera? I don't know. So, hi guys. How's it going? Transmutation of energy. That's the kind of like the holy grail of the healing world, right? So you're transmuting energy. So, what does it mean? How do you get there? How do you do it? It's something that we work on ourselves to make sure that we're, instead of blocking energy. So many people feel like they need to block their energy or protect their energy. Here's the thing: you can't not. It is impossible to disconnect yourself from any part of reality. Right? There's only one heart. If you would like to buy my book, please do so to support my channel. It helps support my channel. There is only one heart. You can find it on Amazon. We are not disconnected from anything, regardless of what we believe, right? Every point in time space is connected to every other point in time space. So, embracing that is the number one thing. Until you embrace that part, you'll never be able to embrace the rest of it. Because until you understand that, you'll always be trying to separate yourself from things that you find that you don't like, right? And why don't you like them? It's usually almost 99% of the time, almost 100% of the time, it's because there's something that you don't like about yourself. Because all of us have a light and dark side. There is a creative energy and then a receiving energy, and it's that simple. Some things in our reality live more in their receiving energy and try to do so with vigorous, enthusiasm. That's what I was trying to say. Vigorous enthusiasm. But is there something wrong with that? No, it's just it's a misunderstanding of who they are, of who we are, and so you feel like you need to feed off of something else. And that feeding action is actually, you're not transmuting energy, you're feeding off of it. You're not. So if something's projecting a feeding energy onto you, you have the opportunity to transmute it instead of block it. Now, you have three choices in reality. You could try and block it, which you can try. You can go through every kind of ritual you go through. You can do cleansing ceremonies. You can do, A, B, C, D, E. I mean, who knows how many ceremonies there are, in the spiritual community about trying to cleanse your space. Until you learn how to transmute energy, you'll always be trying to cleanse your space. So why not learn how to transmute it? And then the exterior will make absolutely no difference to you. The whole world could be coming apart. And if you can transmute all the energy, you're still at peace. That's why Jesus taught what he said, what he did, right? And that's why it's so important not to follow the money. Because if you follow the money, or you follow external pursuits instead of internal, then you'll never have to transmute anything, right? Because now you're trying to create an external condition that will make you happy, instead of understanding that in order to ascend, you need to create an internal condition to overcome anything external. So somebody could throw you in a box. I mean, this is a tough one, right? Somebody could throw you in a box for 30 days and you would be fine. If you're living the right kind of life, hopefully that's not, you shouldn't have to go through that, but you might, right? You might have to go through that in order to master yourself and transmute the energy. Now, so many people that go through something like that, have negative feelings about the people that put them in a box. But you have to realize that those people are just trying to feed off of you in some way. Anybody that tries to throw you in a box is casting some sort of judgment And so they're feeding off of you. The best thing you can do is to transmute that. And actually, and I realize this, for somebody that is in a jail cell, the best thing you could do would be to stop eating. Force them to understand that this isn't the way that I would be fed if I were in your house, right? Because somebody's trying to put you in a house that they built, right? Somebody tries to capture you and put you in a house that they built. I want you to think this in a larger perspective. Somebody tries to capture you and put you in a house that they built. You'll stay in that house for as long as you keep feeding off of what they give you. Right? You'll put yourself in that house as long as you keep feeding what they give you. Now, in order to free yourself out of that house, you have to stop eating what they're giving you and learn to master yourself. And start eating from the tree of life, right? The tree of life. We eat from the tree of life. It comes from in us. No, it doesn't come from out there. That's how we free ourselves. So imagine what would happen, and this is a microcosm, but it's also representative of the macro of what's happening now. And this has nothing to do with me. I'm just explaining what's happening. If we stop eating from what our jailers are giving us and say, look, this isn't how I would treat you in my house, then it forces them to go into some deep reflection, right? And try and figure out what's going on there. If their heart doesn't heal, it'll kill them. So either they die and you'll be free that way, because their heart will fail them. Because imagine what happens to somebody, you're purifying your own heart space. We're living in a field of intelligence. You can believe me or not. But when you're offering to do something for somebody and treat them the same way that you would want to be treated, versus them who are treating you, they're unconsciously treating you the way they treat themselves. That's the bottom line. They don't even realize what they're doing, but you're raising their awareness by elevating their thought form, right? I would feed you the best meal that I could because that's the meal that I want to eat. You're forcing their heart into a healing mode. Now think about our society at large. That's what's happening. That's what happens when you walk an altruistic path. When you offer your help for free versus offering for money. For one thing, and I've said this before, I have nothing to offer you that you don't have to offer yourself. Me to claim that I somehow have some right to something that you don't would be a bald-faced lie. All of us have the same potential. All of us have an infinite potential. But you have to learn how to get there, what path to walk. Because if you're walking down the wrong path, you'll get stuck. And we're coming to the end of an age. It's time for us to grow. It's time for us to start working together and start giving each other equal exchanges of energy. There's no way that you're going to have an equal exchange of energy with anybody that is charging you for a service or a product. Can't do it, right? You cannot trade money for time. You could give me all the money in the world, but if I'm not spending time with you, there's no equal exchange. You could give me $2 million. Now, I'd be very gracious, and I would spend that money in a way now this is probably going to change in the future, probably in the not too distant future, where money won't mean anything. But now I would repurpose that money to put it into building systems where we're working together equally, making decisions equally, and helping support those that can't support themselves. Children, disabled, elderly, right? Those are the three aspects of society that we're always going to have to support as a society. Now, eventually, the elderly might go away, right? We might be living, if we start walking the right path and we can transmute energy, then you can transmute pain in the body. And now your life expectancy is going to go way up because you no longer feel the pain that you did before you were able to transmute energy. For one thing, you've gotten to a place where you're no longer negative projections towards you aren't affecting you anymore. You're able to ground them out immediately. You're no longer originating any negative thoughts about yourself or the people around you. You're doing the things daily for yourself to keep yourself in a calm state of mind and staying present in the moment. And treating everybody the same way that you would want to be treated. I mean, this is the ultimate place of peace where you want to be, right? And then be open to receive. And you will receive all the abundance you'll ever need by doing that. Because if you can master yourself and just show people how much you care about them, it's representative of how much you care for yourself, right? So it's a simple message, but on the group collective, I can see and I can feel it, that there's a large number of people that are mastering themselves and learning how to transmute all energies so that we can finish healing this place. And then the people that want to feed off of each other are going to continue to move into isolation because you're living in a state of fear, right? You'll always move into isolation if you're in a state of fear. You'll always try to isolate yourself from other people because you're not able to transmute negative projections or negative emotions from other people because they're continuing to arise within yourself. Sometimes they're originating from you or they're being projected onto you. And so if you're living in a community that's isolating itself from each other, that's the way it'll be. It's always in the best interest of the whole for us to work together and build something together. And that has a much more profound opportunity for growth than anything else. I mean, if you can point me, now put this in the comments, please. If you can point me to a group of individuals that are treating each other equally and are making decisions together equally as to what direction that group goes, please point the finger at me to it. Because I would love to reach out to them and ask them how they're managing, how they're transmuting the energy of somebody that, because you want to invite people into that group. You don't want to exclude anybody. You want to keep the doors open for anybody and be able to transmute any negative energies that maybe they're holding and say, hey, look, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. We were just caught in the old world. And the old world was feeding off of us for so long that we were in a really negative mindset. We didn't know how to deal with it until we learned how to transmute that energy and open ourselves up to one another and love one another unconditionally. Right? So I would love to hear that. Before I finish this video, I guess I'd like to thank everybody that I've ever met. Right? I mean, might as well. And forgive and ask for forgiveness for anything that I could have possibly done or not done. Because usually if I didn't do something that I should have done, I wasn't aware of it. And if I did do something that I shouldn't have done, then I'm sorry, because I wasn't aware of that either. I mean, realistically, if you think about it, when you do something that negatively impacts yourself, you're unaware of it. Why would you want to do that? I mean, some people self-harm because they hate themselves, and they don't understand that even if they do understand they're harming themselves, they don't understand what kind of repercussions that has for the long term. Because you can put yourself in hell for as long as you want to be there, right? There's no reason to do that. And so we can teach people how to create heaven. First for themselves, and then emulate that and how we work together. Because if I feel like I need to charge you for something, then I'm ignoring the fact that you have the power to heal yourself of everything. All I need to do is create an environment where we can work together and create together and emulate that for other people. So, love you guys. Have a beautiful day. I just got done rebuilding my website, circuitbreaker.com. I will put it in this video. I'll put it, yeah, it's right there. Have a great day, guys. Love you.